Hi guys, day 3 I think of this experiment. I was gonna go out on the town, or not on the town, but go out to town wearing the tights, but I decided to stay home because the weather's not that great and I'm just not really feeling it. So I still want to try these on for you guys just to kind of see how they fare in the house. Now I do have a sleeping cat over there, and basically the reason that I stay away from wearing tights in the house, or really sheer tights in the house, is because of the cats. Well, at least Shuey. Sometimes she likes to climb on my lap, and the claws, yeah, you can guess what happens there. Anyway, I'm still going to try these on. We're still going to see how far we get. Now these are the 5 denier ones, and I realized yesterday, because I read more of the packaging, that it says it's 5 denier appearance. It's not actually really that thin. This is 63% polyamide. Girl, I don't know how to say that. Polyamide, something like that. And a few other stuff like elastin and spandex, 8% and 2% cotton. So really and truly, it's the appearance of the sheerness versus it being actually designed to be very, very, very sheer, if that makes sense. So this says at the back that it is made, bare invisible shears are made with sidereal yarn that gives you the super light invisible coverage, but with all the strength of a 15 denier. So there you go. It's made with yarn, which makes it a little bit more resistant, I'm guessing, without you having to sort of have a heart attack every time you go outside because you're worried about ripping your tights. So that's good. At least I know, or I have that comfort in my mind, that this will be okay for indoors somewhat, but I still want to try them on and put them to the test. I loved yesterday's ones. Yesterday's were awesome. I'm really happy with those tights, and the color especially. I was really worried about the color. Today we're going to try Rich Quartz, which is actually a much deeper brown. I couldn't find one that I thought was going to work for me, but this does come in 6 shades. So I don't know whether I just wasn't looking correctly or what, but I couldn't find them. Maybe next time I'm in town, I can go to an M&S and actually see them in real life. They don't smell like anything. I like my tights being kind of like perfumed. I just like perfume in general. So most of the time, I smell my stuff just to see what they smell like. I don't know if that's weird or not, but here are the tights. Now these feel like your traditional thin tights, and you know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm gonna put on my gloves, yes, because I have not been filing my nails, and I do not. Yesterday I ripped some tights, not the tights that I was testing, some tights that I was taking pictures with, and honestly flabbergasted, because how did I do it again? How did I do it? But anyway, right, let's put on the gloves just to be on the safe side. Yeah, here we go. Now these feel like your traditional 15 denier tights, right? Or really like thin and delicate tights, if you can see that. Super sheer. They kind of have that material that looks like it would like ball up, or it's gonna snag really easily. Yeah, I don't know if these are gonna be durable for real life, because that might be really tricky to get away with outside. It does have a what's this called again? A control top. It does have a control top, which is actually, hear me out. I know I'm always banging on about I didn't want a control top, but hear me out. When you're wearing a skirt, having a control top that's a little bit rough, shall we say, helps the skirt not to ride up too much. Okay, so there are benefits to having a control top, and that's what it looks like. The gusset is the same color as the tights, of course. It looks to be quite sturdy, so that's good. And we're gonna go ahead and get these on.
Ryan Little.
All right, so we've got the tights on, and I'm gonna leave the gloves on for the time being because I haven't filed my nails, so I'm gonna go do that afterwards just to make sure I don't do anything. I don't like accidentally caress my legs and then end up kind of accidentally ripping them. But overall, they feel really good. I think these M&S tights are actually made really, really well. They've got the label at the back. Of course, you can't see that, but they've got the label at the back, which kind of tells you which way is front and back, which is really cool. I'll show you guys the sheer toe situation in a minute, but it is sheer toe. I actually quite like this color. At first, I thought it was going to be just a little bit, I don't know, I just thought the undertone was going to be a bit weird on my complexion, but it actually works out quite well. It is still very warm here in London, which I'm super appreciative of. So having something that feels really sheer and light on the skin is quite nice. It's quite nice because I know a lot of women don't want to wear tights when it's really hot, because you can end up feeling like really uncomfortable, especially with a control top or if it's particularly tight. But the leg situation is feeling really nice because that area is very sheer and it feels like it's gonna take wind very well. So if you get a light breeze on the legs, it's gonna feel quite nice. So I actually think these are really, really nicely made. Really nicely made. And for the price, yeah, the quality is up there. So I'm gonna be at home. I might go outside for a little bit. If I do, I will report back in. But I'm gonna be at home, checking these out, trying these out. And then we'll see how they do indoors. Okay, it's towards the end of the day. Dewey! And my cat, yeah, she's just walked away. Anyway, it's towards the end of the day and I finished most of my work, but I finished them in the tights and they're still holding up, of course. I haven't done anything like crazy with them, so there shouldn't be any need for any letters or anything like that. But I have to say, they're super comfortable. Super comfortable. I was a bit worried about the size because when I was putting them on, the control top was a little bit tight and the legs were a little bit tight. I was doing some filming, but they're really comfortable, so they feel really good. I have to beware though, because every time I sit down, my cat wants to join me and have a little cuddle, but of course her nails, so I might end up actually just taking these off. But maybe I'll do one more wear test where I'm actually out and about, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, we'll see, where I'm out and about and I can actually put these to the test. But half of me doesn't want to do that because I like them and I want them to stay as they are, but they do also seem pretty like durable as well, so I kind of also just want to put them to the test, you know. Anyway, we shall see, but I will catch you guys very soon. Look who came to join me. Hi mama, how are you? She's good, she's doing all right. I'm trying to fend her off because she wants to lay on my lap right now. But of course, can't let her do that. Hey, mommy. Hey, mama. Hi. Let me go change, okay? Right, so it is the next day, you guys, and I've decided that I'm going to go to the park. I have a bit of a late start today, so I don't think I'm going to have too long to be outside, but I figured we might as well go ahead and put the tights to good use, test them out in the park. So this is what they look like. I'm kind of digging the color. Yesterday I thought it was going to be a little bit too deep for me, but it's actually not bad. Not bad. Styled it with the Adidas Stan Smiths, just to be nice and comfortable because I will be walking around for a little bit. So let's see how these hold up today. Now, another interesting thing that I decided to do was to actually search the definition of denier, just because I was kind of curious. I know that's not really focusing, so let's see if we can get it to focus. But according to this article, denier is the weight of the fabric in your hosiery, tights, and stocking. Usually the thicker and heavier the material, the heavier the denier is. So that makes sense. The more delicate and lighter the tights are usually a lighter denier, but I guess it doesn't really affect the material, which is why these can be a little bit more sturdy, even though they are a much lighter weight than some of their counterparts. So there's a little bit of background behind denier. Anyway, I'm gonna go for a walk. Let's see what happens. All right, you guys, I am back from my walk and it is getting late, hence why the lighting has changed because I'm using my living room light. But the tights held up. They really did. Okay, not one scratch on them, and they survived my handbag, and they survived the paper bag that I was carrying some stuff in because I did end up doing a little bit of grocery shopping. So overall, I think these are actually really well made. It's to their credit that they have the yarn material in there because that makes them a little bit more resistant, even though they are on the delicate side. But they're really nice. The only thing is, I'd say they're not as cooling, or they don't feel as cool as the ones that I tried on yesterday, the 7 denier ones, although those were designed to keep you cool. These definitely have like a more insulating effect, so I felt quite, it wasn't uncomfortable, but it just felt a little bit warmer. So I think these are probably like quite nice, or going to be quite nice for winter, autumn winter, or if you're in the office and there's air conditioning, could be quite nice for that kind of climate. Otherwise, I really like them. I do really like them. I think I'm going to do an official try on styling video with them, maybe with a really nice dress, because I do like them a lot. They've also got this really cool sheen about them, which I didn't realize, or I didn't pick up on before. So that's where we're at. I actually really do like these tights, and unlike the 7 denier ones, they actually made it 2 days without getting any kind of scuffs or any kind of marks or any kind of rips on them. And my nails haven't been filed. So they survived me, they survived my handbag, they survived being outdoors, and they survived the paper grocery bag. So shout out to M&S for making some very sturdy 5 denier tights. 5. Okay, now I'm on the hunt for 4 denier, but I don't know. I don't know if you can even really get that light, or maybe you can, you can't. I don't know, we'll see, or you'll see on my channel. But I'm gonna close this out here. The test was a success. You can actually live your life in some very thin denier tights. I definitely have been able to accomplish that mission today and yesterday and for the last few days. So I will link the website M&S down below where you can actually find these tights. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you check me out across my different platforms, Jchronicals, pretty much everywhere, and check out the description section as well. And check me out on Instagram because I will have some nice pictures of these shortly to come. But hopefully you're doing well wherever you are, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.